again. What you feel, you attract. What you imagine, you become. What you say, you see. I will do to you the very things I heard you say. You know what? That is from the book of Numbers, chapter number 14 and verse number 28. I will do to you the very things I heard you say. As a matter of fact, the next time we do this, I'm going to bring out 4 different translations, maybe 6 different translations. I want to read it. I want us to get this, because guys, this is what it boils down to. Let's control the words that come out of our mouths. You know what? If you make it your business to study success and to improve your life, you will eventually come to the conclusion that what we speak has probably the greatest impact on the way our lives turn out. Because you're going to realize that we don't do anything unless and until we say it. And when I say it, it's not necessarily saying it audibly. Okay? So moving right along. First of all, as I mentioned, the law doesn't play any favorites. But you're also going to realize that the law is just and fair. Because the next verse here says, verse 31, as for your children that you said will be taken as plunder, I will bring them in to enjoy the land you have rejected. You will remember several sessions ago, I shared with you that you can only speak for you. You can't speak for anybody else. Even though the Israelites were talking about, oh, we're going to die in the desert and our children, here God is saying, no. You open your loud mouth to speak negatively, you are going to suffer the consequences. Your children are not going to suffer because they didn't say. And the point I'm trying to make is, it doesn't matter what other people are saying. You can reject their words, their thoughts. It's not going to have any impact on you. It is by your words that you are justified, and by your words that you are acquitted. So it goes on. Let me repeat that again. As for your children that you said will be taken as plunder, I will bring them in to enjoy the land you have rejected. Now, how did they reject it? I want us to pay attention to this. How did they reject it? They rejected the land by the words of their mouth. How did Joshua and Caleb accept it? By the words of their mouth. You see, you possess it first with your mouth before you possess it in reality. You reject it first with your mouth before life rejects you. Are you getting this? Woo! But your bodies, verse 32, will fall in the desert. Your children will be shepherds here for 40 years, suffering for your unfaithfulness, until the last of your bodies until the last of your bodies lies in the desert. Check this out. Compensation time. Ralph Waldo Emerson wrote the essay, Compensation. Everything is double. Verse 34 says, check this out. For 40 years, 1 year, for each of the 40 days you explore the land, you will suffer for your sins and know what it is like to have me against you. That is serious. They went to spy the land for 40 days. They came back, rejected everything they saw. It's like somebody coming from a third world country, coming to the United States of America, going to Hollywood, going to Las Vegas, going to New York, going to Washington, D.C., and saying, you know, that is a great country, but it is not for me. Because that land devours the inhabitants of the land. Well, guess what? You are not going to experience the American way of life. And that's exactly what the spies did. They went to the land. They saw the land. They realized it was a land that flowed with milk and honey. That's exactly what they were looking for. But now they confessed. And here they got their compensation. Let me repeat this again, verse 34. For 40 years, 1 year for each of the 40 days you explore the land, you will suffer for your sins. What does it mean to sin? It means to miss the mark. The mark was the promised land. And they sinned. They missed the mark by rejecting the land flowing with milk and honey. I got a question for you. Are you rejecting the land flowing with milk and honey? What are you rejecting? What are you saying no to? Are you rejecting abundance? Are you rejecting good health, a good career, a good relationship, travel, abundance of all kinds, wisdom? What are you saying no to? Accept it. It's all yours. You're blessed. God has already given all of this to you and I. I am come that they might have life and have it more abundantly. What part of that don't you get? Start talking abundance. You know what? Go in front of your mirror. I've been talking about this mirror stuff. I do it. And I'm asking you to do it. Go in front of your mirror. Whatever you want to see in your life, talk it to yourself. I have abundance. I am abundant. I'm blessed coming in. I'm blessed going out. Money, like air, is forever circulating freely in my life. And there is always a divine surplus. I have an abundance of money. I have an abundance of money. I have a wonderful relationship. I have a vigorous and vibrant health. My relationships are tremendous. My bank accounts, investments, businesses, health, and relationships flourish abundantly. Speak those things to yourself. You don't have to speak it to anybody. Say it to yourself in the mirror. Whenever I'm out on appointments and I go to the restroom, I always take a moment to talk to myself in the mirror. When I'm in the restroom, I give myself a mirror treatment. Do the same for yourself. Nobody's going to do it for you. Okay? All right, we'll wrap it up here for now. And I'm telling you, I promise you, we're going to wrap this story up in the next 3 sessions. And then we'll start with our curriculum. All right? Ciao. And carpe diem.